Speaking of liberals, did you see the picture of Stephen Miller using his pregnant wife as a human shield during the White House Correspondents' Dinner? I would do the same thing if I was next to Stephen Miller's wife. The Van Jones Mossad op on Hasan.
Hasan Piker.
It's 9 minutes long? That's fucking crazy. Do you think the reason why he's so late to the game is because he took the extra time to make a longer one? Like, we're past this. This is like, we're like 2 weeks out from the every Israel paid Democrat having their own little spiel on how Hasan is the worst thing to ever happen to the party, you know? He's late on this one.
Has caused a
Look at this reception. 1K likes, 800 comments.
bunch of outrage by saying that he thinks Hamas is 1,000 times better than Israel, that he would vote for Hamas over Israel every time. Is Hasan Piker right about Hamas? I want to talk about it.
This is crazy, man. Holy shit. Poor fucking Van Jones put all the effort into doing a goddamn like mini episode on it, only for it to release after everyone stopped pretending to give a shit.
Van Jones on Substack.
So I think a lot of people are making the mistake of just writing Hasan Piker off because some of the things he says are so surprising, so shocking, so outrageous. A lot of people think it's good enough to just call him names.
They're so bad at their job, too. If you're making a mini episode on it, if you're trying to substantively engage with the argument that Hasan has made, why wouldn't you lead by explaining who he is? Like, every time they pull this question, like 5% of Democrats know who Hasan is. Who are you talking to? Well, he's talking to Israel because that's who paid for this. But like the idea that this is an attempt to organically capture interest, it falls apart instantly because they always sound like they're engaging with like an existing conversation rather than trying to reach an audience, you know?
And hope he goes away. I think that's a big
Like, these are the same people who on CNN will open a segment on the Iran war by saying shit like, Iran, a country in the Middle East, has struck a Saudi Arabian oil facility. Saudi Arabia, another country in the Middle East, has produced oil for many years. Like, that's how these people normally talk. But when it comes to Hasan Piker, because it's outside the normal news regimen and they're just taking their orders from Mossad, they're just like, Hasan Piker, why is he so fucking bad, huh? Like, they proceed assuming you know everything you need to know to lead into it.
mistake. Hasan Piker has a massive audience. He's emerging as one of the major voices of his generation. And I think it's important that those...
He's literally wearing the pin of a billionaire Zionist org. Blue Square Alliance. Oh, yeah. I remember. These were like the big doxers, right? Again, when I say he's doing this for Israel, I mean that literally. Like, it is it's like that photo of, what was it, Ted Cruz like sobbing as he did phone banking for Trump in the lead up to 2016. They have quotas and obligations they have to make. Van Jones was just straight up told to make this, but he released it too late, you know? Scroll down to the about section. Here? What about section? What are you referring to? I hate you.
Those of us who disagree with him take the time to address his claim. And his claim is pretty simple. It's that the Israelis have been so brutal to the Palestinians, has treated them so badly, has prosecuted the war in Gaza with such violence that pretty much anything Hamas does pales in comparison. Anything that Hamas does is essentially justified. That's the basic claim. And I think that claim has a lot of appeal for people. It is true that the Palestinians have suffered grievously over these many decades. I've been to the West Bank. I've seen it myself. I was in Gaza before Hamas took over. I have seen the conditions of the Palestinian people, and they have been treated badly. Many people felt that the Gaza war was prosecuted too aggressively. And that's why I think his critique, why his comments resonate with a lot of people. But I do see it very differently than Hasan Piker. And my position doesn't come out of a position of not knowing anything about oppression.
Winning Zionist message alert. It is a very good sign that even the most dedicated slaves of Israel, like the most disgusting, depraved dogs of the state of Israel, like Van Jones, still have to predicate their Zionist arguments with a spiel on how, like, you know, the Palestinian people have suffered, right? If they're speaking, whatever audience they're speaking to, they still have to approach it from this framework.
or not knowing anything about liberation struggles. In fact, the opposite. For a big chunk of my life, I was on the left side of Pluto. Why? Because of the pain of my people, because of understanding the brutality we suffered during our enslavement and during the vicious, violent colonial conquest of Africa. And frankly, the pain we still suffer in prisons, in jails, in housing projects. And that indignation at the mistreatment of my people,
He's Palestinian in a way. Speaking as a Palestinian, I feel like we deserve it. Yeah.
Understand why and Ella Joe Biden, Nelson Mandela with the A and
What is with the massive tone shift from the beginning of the video with the AI spooky Muslim man? POV, you've been taken to the tunnels. POV, you were captured at the rave right outside the fence. And now it's all this like moderate, well, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. would have supported Israel, actually, bullshit.
ends have to be more freedom, more dignity, more democracy for more people. Being Muslim women who were brutal, who were horrible, who were using napalm against black women, who were cutting black women open and pulling out the fetuses, doing horrific things to Africans. But Emil Cabral, when he engaged in struggle.
That really is the rhetoric he's going. Oh my, he genuinely is going for the Martin Luther King Jr. would have condemned Hamas bit. Like, that's actually the angle he's going for. That's crazy. That's insane. Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. Jesus Christ. The Blue Square Alliance literally runs a command center tracking anti-Semitic hate speech. No. It's like even describing it sounds anti-Semitic. It's actually run by Kraft is Jewish, right? A Jewish billionaire who uses his money and influence to dox protesters. Like, so that anytime if you ever speak out and are pro-Palestinian, like, he has a network of people who try to blacklist you from your industry, who email people ahead of time to, like, keep you from getting, like, it's, again, yeah, it's more Groyper fuel. Yeah, it's just another thing to add to the bucket. Yeah, they renamed back in 2025. Why do they call it a command center? Because that shit be scary. Yes, they put out that Super Bowl commercial, Sticky Note. The one where the Jewish kid gets bullied, remember? In the very realistic scenario. He has a bunch of Israeli philanthropic initiatives. Philanthropic is a bit of a misuse of the term there, I think. In 1989, Mira and Robert Kraft launched the Passport to Israel Fund in collaboration with Combined Jewish Philanthropies of Greater Boston to help parents send their teenage children to Israel, supporting American Football Israel, including the Kraft Family Stadium in Jerusalem and the Kraft Family Israel Football League. In 2000, he donated $11.5 million to construct the Columbia Bernard Hillel, which is made from the same white stone used in Jerusalem. Give it a rest, man. We get it. You're Jewish. Oh my God. Sweet home Yerushalayim. Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-ba-bum-bum. Classic? No kidding. Sweet home. My partner doesn't like that song. I sing it more than I should. Top 10 summer hits. In my mind, it's people say right-wingers can't create art, but you've got that and you've got the We Are Charlie Kirk song. Easily beats anything that Kid Rock has done. What happened to Oh My God, We Will Vote? That's true. That's a strong contender as well. Yeah.